What's good, guys? So today we are doing my 10 favorite fragrances in my collection right now. So this isn't going to be anything new, and I thought it'd be fun to rank my 10 favorite fragrances in my collection right now. Now, this is subject to change throughout the year as I wear them, as I experiment some more. As of right now, these are my top 10 favorites, just to share for fun with you guys today. In addition to these 10, there will be a number 11, which just barely missed the cut. That'll be in the description, as well as why, because it used to be one of my favorites, but it just couldn't make it this year. Anyway, at number 10, we've got my number one pick for winter this year, or this past year, and whatever. It's Viktor and Rolf Spice Bomb at number 10. So Spice Bomb, you probably don't need me to tell you about it. It's got lots of spices and smells sweet, smells kind of spicy, naturally. It's been around the block and it's a really good fragrance. You know, we've got Spice Bomb Extreme now and it's really good, but I find that I don't like wearing it quite as much as I like the original. You know, this is an original formulation. It's got lots and lots of performance on my skin. You know, it beats out from the skin. It's a fantastic scent, and it kind of hurts me to only put it at number 10, but it's the only place that made sense. So, Viktor and Rolf Spice Bomb, number 10. Number 9 is the first of two decants on this list. This is, I guess, a little over halfway empty now. Might have to pony up the cash for a bottle, we'll see. Its less masculine brother is further up this list, but at number 9 we have Prada Lo Intense. Prada Lo Intense is really, really nice, guys. You know, I don't think it gets enough talk in the community. It's just like Prada Lo, except you take away that magical sparkliness from Prada Lo, which I'm told is the neroli, and you add the masculine notes of leather and a dark tonka bean, because it's not sweet, it's not like a Versace Eros tonka bean at all. You know, it's dark, it's seductive, while at the same time maintaining that easy to wear class that Prada Lo has. Just lacks that sparkling characteristic, but other than that, fantastic fragrance, and I'm super jacked up to be wearing more of this stuff in 2019, maybe even a bottle. First niche fragrance on the list, this is actually my number 2 for the winter, but I have to say that I like it more than Spice Bomb. I just wear Spice Bomb more in the winter. This one is from Tom Ford. It is one of those masterpiece fragrances. It is Tuscan Leather. At number 8, so Tuscan Leather, you don't need me to tell you, it's raspberry leather, it's animalic, it's ashy, it's really, really nice, it's really, really special. This is not an immature fragrance, which is funny because I wear it, but it's so aggressive and daring. Anytime anybody asks me about what my top pick for a daring fragrance is, Tuscan Leather always comes to mind because it just smells alpha male to the core, and if you want to smell like that, it's the one to go, and it is my number 8 favorite for this year. Number 7 is absolutely nothing special, and I think I'm gonna buy another bottle of it this year. This is Mugler Cologne. The classic, soapy, clean, fresh. You can't say a bad thing about this fragrance, except for maybe the performance, which is still adequate at like 6 hours for me. Mugler Cologne, it just smells like soap. It's my work scent of choice. If you do anything physical, this is the scent that I would recommend to you. And of course, you know, you're in like a closed environment. Like I work as a personal trainer, I wear Mugler Cologne because you just smell fresh and clean, and it's guaranteed to get you done for at least half of your shift. For me, it's about 6 hours, but I mean, that's hit or miss day to day. Mugler Cologne, it's so nice. It's just a really clean, pleasant fragrance. It's hard not to like, and it is my number 7 pick for this year. So number 6, I can guarantee you that this one will be higher next time I do this list. I don't feel right about putting it in the top 5 because it's just a wee little decant, but said wee little decant is practically empty, if you can see that. It's a 5 ml, and I've worn it all in like the past month or two. This is from Creed, and it is Green Irish Tweed at number 6. I talked about buying a bottle of this stuff for about a year now, and I'm finally looking for one. I'm actively looking for a good deal. Again, not gonna rush into it, never pay retail, but Green Irish Tweed, man. For whatever reason, this just blew up my nose recently. I've been loving wearing this stuff out. Not a ton of compliments, but it's just so easy to wear, fresh, nice, clean, sophisticated. green. It's the best green fragrance I've ever smelled, while at the same time being super wearable. It is a classic and one of those Hall of Fame scents for a reason. And I would put this in my top 5 if I had a bottle, but I do not, and it feels weird putting a decant in the top 5. So that's Green Irish Tweed at number 6. At number 5, another mass appealing niche scent, we've got Montblanc Reflection Man, which I have barely put a dent in. The reason for this being is that I only really wear this when it's formal, or I have up until this year, and I'm kind of regretting that, because the more I put this on, the more I realize you can wear this other places. The more I realize that I like to wear this other places, and you can get compliments from other places. It's a really nice signature scent, to be honest. I really love this. It's floral, it's kind of soapy. Some people call it like Prada Lo's Big Brother, even though I just called Intense Prada Lo's Big Brother, but whatever. People say that this is kind of similar, and I agree in the way that they're both soapy, they're both fresh, they're both clean. They both make use of florals in a way that doesn't come across super feminine. Reflection Man, for me, even though it's pricey, man, it smells so damn good. It gets you a lot of compliments. I do think it was my number 5 for 2018, and you can see I haven't worn it that much, so every time, this fragrance was meant for a suit, but you can definitely wear it with some other cool clothes as well. I'm gonna try it with some new stuff this year, and it might even make its way further up my list for the next, because it smells that damn good. As of now, though, it's at number 5. Number 4 is my top pick for 2018. So if you remember that video, it was when I had a lot more fragrances in my collection. I ranked, it was actually maybe a little bit over half my collection at the time, but I did like a top 25 for 2018. Now I'm doing a top 10 for 2019, but this is number 1, and it was Le Mal Eau Fraiche by Jean Paul Gaultier here on this list at number 4. So this one, it fell down the list, not because I like it any less, it fell down the list because I found 3 fragrances that I know I'm gonna be wearing more of than this one, that I know I like more than this one. Is there anything wrong with this fragrance? Absolutely not. It's my number 3 or 4 most compliment. I think it was my number 3 complimented for 2018. This stuff is amazing. You can wear it in the hot months in just about any situation. I've been wearing it on like not quite freezing cold winter days, and it still works. It still smells sweet. You know, it's got that bubblegum element added to Le Mal, which was already a bestseller. This is such a nice fragrance, man. I still love it. I'm really looking forward to wearing this a lot again. I don't know what else to say. It's just a really, really awesome scent. Easy to wear, easy to pull compliments with, shocking longevity on my skin. This has lasted 10 hours, which is unheard of when you look at most people's reviews, but it's the truth. So anyway, Le Mal Eau Fraiche is number 4 for me. Okay, now we're into the top 3, and if you're a fan of my channel, you know what number 1 is, but what is number 3 and 2? Well, at number 3, we have the last niche fragrance on this list. This is Parfums de Marly Layton. People thought I was selling this when I said I'd rather wear my top favorite fragrance over Layton. Not true. I am keeping Layton guaranteed because it's a monster. In my opinion, it's the most mass appealing niche fragrance I've ever smelled. Save maybe MFK Aqua Universalis, because it just smells like kind of like a musky scent. But off topic, Layton is a fancy designer fragrance. That's it. You know, this came out 2015, I think, 2014, 2015. Since then, it's been on everybody's top lists as far as like colder months, even spring compliments, and for good reason, man. It's the real deal. I only got it at the tail end of last summer, and it still managed to make, I think, number 4 on my complimented list, which is insane when you consider that I only had like fall and winter with it and completely missed a season that it could have been worn in. I think this is going to be a rising star for me. I only have a small bottle, which I somewhat regret now, but it was at a really good price. And if for some reason you have not checked this one out and you're a fan of fancy designer fragrances, or you like designer fragrances but you just want to step the quality up a bit, Layton is fantastic. It's not going to scare anybody away. It's a massive compliment getter. Again, solid, super solid performance. It's very hard to go wrong with, and it's easily my number 3 pick for this year of 2019. So the top 2 were actually the easiest on this whole list for me to organize. Number 2, I've been talking about it pretty much this whole video. It is from Prada, and it is plain old L'Homme. Not L'Homme Intense. L'Homme Intense is number 9. Prada L'Homme is number 2. And this, I don't know what to say, because it's one of those just world beater, amazing fragrances right now. And man, it's just fresh, it's clean, it's sophisticated. You can wear it dressed down, you can wear it dressed up. It's not like Reflection Man, where Reflection Man is clearly much better with a suit. Prada L'Homme, it's just as good with a white t-shirt and a pair of blue jeans as it is with a fancy suit or a nice tie, dress shirt, whatever fancy people wear. It's so good, man. It's so damn good. I loved it from first sniff. I remember doing my first impressions of it like a year and a half ago now, and I don't think my reaction has changed since smelling it then. I just knew that it was going to be in my collection. And if, again, for whatever reason you guys haven't checked this one out, I know it makes a lot of guys' lists, but for good reason. It's so stupid easy to wear. It's in that same soapy category as Mugler Cologne, where you don't have to think, you just spray it on. It gets thick compliments. It was my number 1 most complimented of 2018, and that was pretty much by a mile, and just because of the work that it pulled in the hot months. It can get you notices in the cold as well, but mostly just in the hot months. It's so awesome. It does well in humidity from my experience. I don't know what else to say. It's my number 2, Prada Lo. Number 1, my favorite fragrance. If you're new to the channel, you might not have heard of this one, but if you aren't, it was not a surprise to you at all. So, Replica Jazz Club from Maison Margiela. That's my baby. This is it, man. This is the juice for me. The opening is the best thing I've ever smelled. The opening to me is the best thing I ever smelled, and the dry down is awful close. So what you're gonna get with Jazz Club, you know, it's rum, tobacco, it smells very tropical, it's got vanilla. I don't see coconut listed in the notes, but you can almost smell coconut. It's got just a little bit more going on in the background, but those are the main players. It's sweet, it's rich. Think of Dolce & Gabbana the one, except way more deep, way more rich. It's not as light smelling. I don't think they're the same fragrance at all, but to me this is infinitely better. Compare the two, you might see what I mean. It's just a difference in richness or depth to my nose. But this stuff, man, my number 2 most complimented, my most worn fragrance of 2018, besides Mugler Cologne for work. This stuff is spicy, it is sweet, it is sexy. I wouldn't put it in like the same seductive category that I would put Latent in. This is more aggressive, it's more alpha male, it's got that masculine sweetness at the same time. It's not completely girly at all. It's got that rum, which gives it just a little bit of a bite, and it just makes it so nice, so wearable. I love Jazz Club. I love it. That's it. It's my number 1. If you haven't tried it, you should. I know a lot of guys have commented down below, you know, that they love Jazz Club, and they thank me for, you know, talking about it all the time. They're like, my pleasure, dude. It smells awesome, and I love talking about this stuff. My favorite fragrance at number 1, Maison Margiela Replica Jazz Club. Alright guys, that's my top 10 favorite picks for 2019. Had to think about what year it was for a second, but this is, if you asked me to rank my collection, these are what I would call my top 10. Again, check the description for number 11, because it kind of hurts me not to put it on this list, but it wasn't good enough to beat Spice Bomb in my opinion. It's kind of fallen out of favor with me. Check the description if you want to figure out what number 11 was. So comment down below, what do you think of my picks, and what are your favorites in your collection going into 2019? So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please comment down below, hit the subscribe, the like, and the bell to get notified when I come out with new stuff. I really hope you enjoyed my top 10 of 2019 video, look for more cool content. I'm gonna re-review Jazz Club in the very near future, so look forward to that. I hope you like this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.